To see the reaction that greeted Andy Pettitte after the off-season he had.
Number 46, Andy Pettitte.
Pettitte is slated to start on Saturday. Bottom of the first, here's Alex Rodriguez, the reigning MVP. His first at bat lines the Roy Halliday pitch into the gap for a double, an RBI double. Melky Cabrera in the bottom of the sixth. The Yankees down, not for long. That's Cabrera's first career April home run in 22 games. Bottom of the seventh, still tied at 2, base load over Hideki Matsui. Grounds one to second. Aaron Hill can't handle the backhand, gets the force. You never assumed a double play. A-Rod scores, gives the Yanks a 3-2 lead. Top of the eighth, Jabba Chamberlain in on relief. Gets Frank Thomas swinging. Chin-Ming Wang, by the way, 7 strong innings. Top of the ninth, Mariano Rivera. Rivera gets Marco Scooter on a ground out. Yankees a winner. Rivera gives the game ball to Girardi. From New Jersey to the Bronx. What a game from Melky Cabrera. Cabrera runs this Lyle Overbay drive down. The very next batter's Aaron Hill, and he sends Cabrera the other way to make the grab. Cabrera also had a home run.
Blue Jays and Yankees. New York won the season opening finale at Yankee Stadium on Tuesday. Alex Rodriguez led the majors with homers last season, a bunch of them here. He's got one this season. The Yanks were down 5-0. They draw 2 closer. A-Rod, 2-run shot. Yankees down 5-2. That one coming off A.J. Burnett. We go to the ninth. Jeremy Accardo in to close it out. Yanks down 3, but with 2 on, nobody out. A-Rod at the plate. 2-2 pitch, and A-Rod goes down swinging. A-Rod now 0 for 7 in his career in the 9th inning with 2 on, no outs and his team behind. That seems like a very picky stat to me, but it's out there. He's 0 for. Jason Giambi deep. Vernon Wells is there to make the catch. That's 2 away. Robinson Cano flies to left, and the Blue Jays win it 5-2. Accardo picks up the save for the Blue Jays.
Became the youngest pitcher to start one of the first 3 games of the season for the Yankees since Hall of Famer Wade Hoyt in 1921. As you can see, Alex Rios also kicking it old school. We just got a Nellie Fox mention in the show. Rios the single. He now has the record all to himself. 23 straight games with a hit against the Yankees. That was an RBI hit, too. To the 8th, tied at 2, runner on first. Scott Downs to face Johnny Damon. Damon lays it down. Downs can't field. Everybody's safe. Derek Jeter would move the runners up with a sacrifice bunt. He does everything well. So with runners in second and third for Bobby Abreu. Little bloop job. Abreu 5 for 10 in the series. That's around a 500 batting average. That's his first RBI. Yanks had a 3-2 lead. Turn it over to Mariano Rivera. Tying run at third to 2 down. Freeze job on Aaron Hill. Rivera's second save. Didn't get his second save until May of last season.
All right, defending world champions, the Red Sox in Toronto against the Blue Jays. The old school Blue Jays. Dave Steve, Rance Monix, Otto Velez. You could keep going there. J.D. Drew, he didn't look good early. He looked, Bernie Carbo looked awful back in the 75 World Series and hit that home run. Drew kind of had a night like that all night and then won it back. First, Aaron Hill and Jacoby Ellsbury. That's a can of corn. All right, 2 outs. No! Drops the ball after he bangs off the wall. Blue Jays up 3-0. Back to Drew. Again, he looked awful on an earlier pitch in this AB. Then he cranks a 3-run Jackson. Just like that. Sean Marco would pitch really well. First homer for Drew, only had 11 last year. Red Sox hope he gets more this year. However, Markham would still get the win because Frank Thomas, career RBIs, 1676, 20 more to pass Ripken for 21st all time. Jays win 60.
The Red Sox get Josh Beckett off the DL to start Sunday in Toronto. Saturday, it was Clay Buchholz against the Jays. Bottom 4, Buchholz against Greg Zahn. Bases full of Jays. Zahn, ground ball down the first base line. Sean Casey misplays it. Lyle Overbay, Aaron Hill coming to score. Jays up 3-2. Buchholz allowed 3 earned in 5 innings. Brian Corey on in relief. David Eckstein going the opposite way. Hill and Marco Scutero both come home. The Jays bring home 6 in the 6th. Eckstein 2 for 5, drove in 3. The Jays are 9 over 500 against the Sox.
Speaking of which, the nation hoping #1 starter Josh Beckett's 08 debut could prevent a sweep in Toronto. 2-2 in the 5th. Beckett said, health-wise, I felt good, but runs into trouble here. Alex Rios walked. Terry Francona going to stick with his big horse. Next batter, Vernon Wells walks on 4. And that's it for Beckett. He's done after 92 pitches. Enter Manny Del Carmen. Bases full. He'll face the big hurt. Frank Thomas, first pitch hurt so good. Say hello, his 11th career grand slam. Second homer in 2 days, 6-2 Toronto. Top 8, Kevin Youkilis. I don't think that one's got the distance. John McDonald, Vernon Wells, look out. Everybody was okay. Toronto wins 7-4. They complete the 3-game sweep of the nation. Manny and Big Papi combined 3 for 22 in this series. So the long, strange journey finally ends after nearly 16,000 miles. The nation played in 3 nations, going 3-4 on the trip. Here's Kevin Youkilis, quote, we're ready to go home. All these different countries, different currencies. I'm kind of sick of it. Now it's on to their home opener, Tuesday at Fenway, the Red Sox 4th different opening day ceremony. But at this one, they raise the World Series banner and get their rings.
A's and Jays. Pay no attention to the top line there. See, it says 9-8 Oakland. It's actually 8-8.
Oh, okay.
Canadian font operators, normally good. So it's actually 8-8. Ryan Sweeney is going to bring home Kurt Suzuki, and see for a second here, they're going to make it 10-8. Watch. Watch, where is it? Right there. But they were wrong. It's actually only 9-8. Okay, so here comes Houston Street in the close, trying to save it for Allen Embry. How about the A's? They got Folk and Embry on their squad. The 0-4 Red Sox, and Street gets the job done.
Here's number 5. Here's Ryan Sweeney. Fouls one off. Watch the fan make the tremendous one-handed grab, and look what's in his other hand. Doesn't spill a drop. At those prices, that's tough to break. A's going for their 2nd consecutive 3-game sweep in Toronto. You know, only one time Frank Thomas's illustrious career has struck out 4 times in a game. That's the 2nd time. The other time was 18 years ago. That was in the 14th game of his career. We're in the top of the 12th. A's in the baseline. Travis Buck was 4 for 31 coming in. Buck doubles the center, 2-run score. Buck had 3 doubles, 3 RBIs. A's a 3-1 lead. 3-2, 2-on-1 down. Bottom of the 12th. Keith Folk induces Aaron Hill to grind into a double play. They always induce you to hit into a double play. At number 9, A's and Blue Jays, Bobby Crosby. Broken bat job, pops it up. Rod Barajas coming out nice. That's a tricky angle for a catcher to make a play like.
Blue Jays Rangers, yes, that is B.J. Ryan. First appearance in almost a year since he had Tommy John surgery. Bottom of the 10th. He's the 7th Blue Jay pitcher. Man on third, nobody out. Gets David Murphy to ground out with the infield in. Then Milton Bradley pops up in foul territory. This is after a Marlon Byrd triple. Then 2 outs. Oh, that might drop in, but here comes Alex Rios and B.J. Ryan. 11 pitches, 9 strikes, and yes, a save as Toronto wins.
The Orioles went into their contest tied for first place. Who would have thunk it? The expensive AL East. It's Kevin Millar had himself a ball game. The Orioles were trailing 1-0. Millar with 2 on off Dustin McGowan rips one to tie the game at 1. It's McGowan against Millar again in the bottom of the 5th. Get out of town. Millar all over McGowan. 3 RBIs in the game. The O's at a 3-1 lead. George Sherrill in relief facing Alex Rios. And it's Rios who does the crush job, his first of the year. And that Orioles lead is cut back to 1. 2 batters later, Sherrill facing Greg Zaun. Zaun lines out to end it. The Orioles do hang on, take over sole possession of first place in that expensive AL East. Blue Jays and Orioles. Steve Traxel, 6-0 career against Toronto. So you had to like the Orioles in this one, right? Wrong.
Yep. Takes that one.
Traxel, let's say he didn't have it. Aaron Hill, he had it. 3-run shot. Traxel didn't get out of the 3rd. 2 1/3, 5 earned, walk 3. Vernon Wells at the top of the 6th. Over the outstretched Brian Roberts. Toronto goes on to win to the tune of 11-3. Starts against Oakland.
Rangers, Blue Jays, Barry Melrose excused from the Canadian-themed highlight here. Jesse Carlson coming in the 11th with the bases loaded and nobody out. That's a jam, but he gets Adam Melhuse. Then Marlon Byrd, you're going down as well. Next batter, David Murphy. How about this? Texas strands all 3. Carlson, the first reliever to enter a game in extra innings with no one out, bases loaded, and strike them all out since Jack Sanford did it in 1960. That's Yukon pride there in the 14th. A.J. Burnett on, now in relief. No, not so good there. That's in the dirt. Past Greg Zaun. Frank Catalano scores in the wild pitch. The Rangers win 7-5, and Milton Bradley gets 2 hits and walks 5 times. And not save of the year. Number 4, back to Toronto. Frank Thomas lines it back to Wes Littleton. Glove comes off trying to make the catch, but he recovers. Look at that. Look out. There you go. A lot worse things could have happened out of that. Rangers beat the Blue Jays in 14.
Tigers and the Blue Jays. 2004 first-round pick David Percy making his Major League debut Friday. Top 2. Full count to Gary Sheffield, and Percy with the bases loaded freezes Sheff. Percy 4 to third, 7 walks, 3 Ks. Bottom 5 tied at 1. Kenny Rogers against Shannon Stewart with 2 on and 2 out. Stewart tripling to the wall in center. Greg Zahn and John McDonald score. Stewart 1 for 4, drove in 2. Blue Jays up 3-1. Top 7. Maglia Ordonez with 1 aboard, doubling to left. That'll score Sheffield. We're tied at 4. Tigers finally giving Kenny Rogers some run support. 2 batters later, Carlos Guillen with a man aboard. Hard grounder up the middle. Ordonez scores. Error on John McDonald. Tigers up 5-4. Next batter, Edgar Renteria. You betcha. Renteria 2 for 4, drove in 3. Tigers win 8-4.
Drives in that last pair of runs. Tigers, Blue Jays. Jays on a 6-game home losing streak heading into Saturday. Frank Thomas on the bench. Not happy about it. We talked about that. 2-1 Jays in the 3rd.
Wow, look, that ball is over, base, right there.
I got it.
No, you got it. No, you got it.
You take it.
I don't want it.
You know who shouldn't take it is the pitcher, and it all works out. Vernon Wells to 3rd. Nagy.
They traded defense for offense, and that's what you're going to get with Miguel Cabrera at 3rd base. Not as impressive as Brandon Inge. Short glove, but he gets the job usually swinging it. Not so.
There's a sight for sore eyes right there. B.J. Ryan
comes on to set down the Tigers in the 9th, 3-2. So the Jays do, in fact.
The Blue Jays hosted the Tigers, A.J. Burnett and company. Top 4, 1-zip Jays, 2 out bases loaded. Cleet Thomas, base knock up the middle. Jacques Jones, Edgar Renteria score. Tigers take a 2-1 lead on the Blue Jay team dealing with the Frank Thomas release. Said skipper John Gibbons, it's behind us now. We don't have to deal with it anymore. Actually, management does, have to deal with that $7 million they owe him. Bottom 4, this eases the strain. David Eckstein, crunked. 3-run shot, first of the year. He had 3 all of last year. Top 9, 5-3 Blue Jays. Jeremy Accardo pitching with 1 out, tying run at the plate. Accardo gets Pudge Rodriguez to hit to the 4-6-3 double play. Blue Jays win it 5-3.
Improved to 5-0 when they play home games 90 miles away from home. That's Disney World. But they were dealing with Roy Halladay and the rest of the Jays. Bottom of the 6th, Rays were down 3-1. Evan Longoria off Halladay. Jason Bartlett and Carl Crawford come around to score. Halliday, by the way, pitched his 3rd straight complete game. Love the American League. Rays were tied at 3. Next batter's Eric Hinchke. Base hit to right. B.J. Upton comes in to score. Rays beat Halliday. Remain undefeated at Disney World. Matt Stairs, not pictured, 2 homers.
Blue Jays Royals, bases loaded in the 8th. Here we go.
At the end of the bat, great play, Pena. Long throw to first. What a play by Pena. Unbelievable.
Tony Pena Jr. saving the game. Royals win 2-1.
Blue Jays and Red Sox, you only have to win by 1, which means 1 run technically can be enough. John Lester trying to end that 5-game losing streak for the Sox, and he pitched terrific in the 8th to get Shannon Stewart, Adam Lind as well. Lester, 8 innings, 1 hit, 6 Ks, no runs. That is stout. Top 9, 2 outs, man on second. Vernon Wells, though, rips one up the middle. Dustin Pedroia there. Oh, that is splendid. Red Sox get out of that inning with no scratch. Papelbon, he approves for sure. You're my boy. Bottom 9, no score. Now, Roy Halladay, he was perfect through this thing, allowing nothing across the 8, nothing but zeros, but Vernon Wells playing in there, no. David Ortiz goes to second on the Manny Ramirez blooper. Next batter, 2 men on, 2 outs. Kevin Youkilis, the shallow, center field, that's enough. Wells can't come up with it cleanly. Ortiz scores, 1-zip. Sox walk off. Halladay, 3rd straight complete game. Earned runs.
Sounded like Kirchin there for a second.
Did I give it a
on purpose? Blue Jays, Red Sox, another 9th inning thriller. David Ortiz would be involved. Here at the bottom of the 7th, off Dustin McGowan. Get out of town. Big Papi, his 3rd home run in the last 5 games, 17 RBIs. Last 10 games, slump over. Top of the 8th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Alex Rios hits the right center. Brandon Moss coming on. Adam Lind would tag and score from 3rd. Blue Jays tied at 1. Bottom 9, runners on 1st and 2nd. Moss, base it up the middle. Vernon Wells coming on with a throw. And if you're calling for Jed Lowry, leave a message at the beep. He'll call you when he gets home. What a throw by Wells, but an even better block of the plate by Rod Barajas. And they get Lowry at home. We remain tied at 1. And the next batter, still in the 9th, Jason Varitek up the middle. And again, it's Wells. And again, the throw, but this time, Manny Ramirez is safe at home Red Sox back-to-back walk-off wins for the first time since 2 years ago against the Phillies.
Top plays, number 10, Fred, Manny Ramirez in the Blue Jays-Red Sox game. Scott Rowland, careful, gets to his feet, makes the play. Blue Jays lost 2-1, but as we all know, Rowland, just a quality